Hey all, in this video I'll be going through my strategy for staying organized and on top of projects as a 3D artist. I will be going through some tips on managing storage and project files, as well as a few things that help me ensure I stay on top of my work. So let's get started. Probably my biggest tip for managing project files is keeping things organized from the very beginning, and committing to a set folder/naming structure. The way I like to do it is having a folder for this year's work, then inside separate subfolders I call sections where my projects live. This makes sure that I never have to scroll through 50 separate folders in order to find a project that I'm looking for. Once the year is over, I put them all into archival storage on my hard drives, keeping my SSD free for another year of awesome art. Another thing when starting a new project is to give that project its own folder, where inside goes all the resources, assets, and files that the project uses. Create separate subfolders for the blend file, any mesh exports, texturing, substance painter files, and references. This ensures nothing gets lost, and you know exactly where to go for a specific file. If you're using Blender, make sure to pack all external data after finishing the work. Or if you're in another program, store the external data locally within that project's main folder. The last thing you want is to come back later and find out something that you used outside the project file has gone missing. Make sure to create specific, targeted, and easily understandable naming conventions. No more project 1-final-final. If you need a blueprint for naming, here's how I do it. If you need variations, use numbers and go up in increments of 1 like this. I like to avoid spaces, dots, and special characters, as this can make things difficult when using a command line. And make sure to keep things short, less than 30 characters. This third point is really important, and often gets overlooked by many: keeping backups. In the same way you wouldn't drive your car without a seatbelt, you shouldn't store important files without a backup. This could be as simple as copying your project files to another drive on your system, or as complex as building an external NAS running something like Unraid. You won't know you need it until you really need it. So a common rule of thumb is called the 3-2-1 rule. Keep 3 copies on 2 different types of media and 1 off-site. To get started, you're going to need to make sure you have more than 1 drive. This could be an external hard drive, a NAS, or an M disk. But please stay away from using flash formats like USB on their own for long-term backups. These work great for quick transfers, but don't offer any long-term security and often have a limited lifespan. You are much better off going for an external drive. The other alternative is cloud-based storage, although this may be limited depending on your area, and your experience will vary heavily on your internet speeds. It can be a great way to offer an off-site backup though, and many companies like Google, Mega, and Microsoft have a free tier. There's a bit more to backup systems that I haven't covered here, so if you're interested, I'll leave a video below. Anyway guys, I know it's a bit of a short video this week, but that's it. Next week I'm going to be releasing a tutorial, so stay tuned for that. Get subscribed. You can check my Instagram in the description below. Anyway, have a wonderful day.